Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Projects with Chaz. How the freak am I going to do that? Today we got a bunch of kayaks, the family's kayaks. We're going to make a cockpit cover for each one. I've already made a few. I'm going to show you what you need to make the other two and how to do it. So stay tuned. Okay, some of the things you're going to need to do this project is a sewing machine with some thick industrial thread. Some bungee cord. I ordered this off of Amazon. It's half inch. 100 foot of it. Some nylon material. I got that at Joann Fabrics. I just bought the whole little, whatever you call this, brick. You're going to need a marker to mark on whatever color you choose. I chose black, so that's a gray marker. And some scissors. And some time. And some patience. Alright, let's get this started. Alright, you're going to want to take your bungee cord. Take some off the spool. You want to come around the kayak. Make sure you have enough to tie a knot. So the knot's going to go up front, but for filming purposes, I'm showing you right here. So I want to come out maybe this far. I need enough to loop around into a knot. So I'm going to cut it about right here. So take your scissors. Cut it, and I didn't tell you that this is what you needed. You can use a lighter. I'm going to use this little torch, and I'm just going to hit this so that it doesn't fray. It'll melt the threads. Give it a little blow. Oh! And then take this. You're going to want to tie it into a knot. So I'm going to take this off of here real quick. Tie it into a knot. You can always adjust it if it's too loose. If you cut it too short, then you got a problem. So I'm leaving a little here to give something to yank on. Okay, so I tied the knot. I've got it coming around here. I think that's perfect. If I need it tighter, I can always cinch it up. I got enough here to yank on. So now I'm going to put the material over this, put this back on, and I'm going to mark where I need to cut the material. Alright, I got the material. Let's measure this out. I apologize, it's a little loud out here. Every single one of my neighbors is mowing their lawn like a freak. So let's get this spread out here. It's probably the last nice day in Michigan before it starts snowing, so everybody's out doing lawn stuff. That's why I'm out doing this. So if you can see this, I've got it pretty much the length of the cockpit. I want to go past it maybe 3 inches so I have enough to fold over and sew. Now this is 2-ply or doubled up. I don't need this to be double thick because it's just hanging in the garage. So I'm going to cut this piece in half longwise, and I'll probably use this piece over there. Now if these were being stored outside and I wanted the extra protection, I could definitely make them 2-ply. But because I'm just trying to keep the bugs out of the cockpit, this is really all I need. You can choose your material. If you want it to be hardcore waterproof, then you choose that material. But this will keep all the tarantulas, stink bugs, ladybugs, and anything else that plans on making a home in here over the winter. So when you get in, you don't get an unexpected bite in your crotch. Take your bungee cord and get it around this part. Do some finagling, adjust the material. We need enough to fold over to sew. Let's see, there. Just come around here and mark where you're going to sew. And I'll show you how that goes here in a minute. So I know this is the nose where the knot's going to be, and I need a couple holes right here. So I'm going to slit this or cut this. I got enough to roll here, and then there'll be an opening. So let's get started. If you don't know how to use a sewing machine, I have a video on my channel that shows how to use a sewing machine like a dude. So let's just start off by folding this over to the line that I created. Just kind of line this up. Doesn't matter if it's all crazy on this side, because we're gonna probably use the other side that faces up. This part's gonna face down inside the kayak. So just match this up with the marks that you made. Doesn't matter if you've got to kind of get all crazy. Just work your way around. You'll figure it out. Okay, kids, I just finished sewing this, and I think I screwed this up. I cut this notch way too big. It looks kind of crazy. But I'm just going to thread the bungee through here. We'll throw it on the kayak and see how it looks. Keep in mind, this is just to keep the bugs out for over the winter time and the springtime, or whenever I have this stored up in the ceiling of the garage. So let's take your bungee, take the knot out, feed it through this generous little area that you sewed. Okay, I fed this all the way around. Take your rope or your bungee, tie it back into that big fat knot that we had. Remember, we had some extra sticking off the end here to be able to grab onto to yank. So I have this little hole here. I might just have to put a piece of duct tape on there because I totally screwed that up. But hey, this is a project on the internet. Did you think it was going to be perfect? No, it isn't. Sometimes you gotta fail in order to learn how to do it correctly. So this is a fail. I did two correct ones on the kayaks down on the ground there, but this one is a mess up. But I'm gonna try it anyway, so let's see if it fits. It's an hour later and people are still mowing the lawns. They're going hog wild. So if you hear some background noise, that's what that is. Let's start at the back. Feed it around the sides. Alright, with the exception of this hole, because I screwed up, look at that, we got a ladybug here, so it already kept something out, and it's only been on for what, 10 seconds? Actually, this little notch is bothering the hell out of me, so I cut a little square piece of material, and I'm going to sew it in. So I'll show you how that looks. Okay kids, I finished this up. I actually put a extra piece of material. Yeah, it looks pretty butchered up, but it covers it up so there's no holes for any bugs to get in. Didn't say this was going to be perfect, but this is a project that you can take my idea and improve upon it. How about that? So the bungee cord I ordered off of Amazon. I got 1/2 inch. You could probably go 1/4 inch or 3/8, something a little smaller maybe. I went with the thick stuff because I wanted the hatch to be 70 mile per hour, 80 mile per hour proof for when I go up north. And that's what I put on that one, or that one I took on a car up north and it held. So, I don't know if this one will hold or not because of that mistake that I have, but I will do a better job on this one. And all 4 will have hatch covers ready for storage for the winter. Alright everybody, thanks for watching another episode of Projects with Chaz. How the freak am I going to do that? Today we did a kayak hatch cover. Looked a little rough, but you know what? The more practice you get, the better it'll look. So I showed you how to go about doing it and the materials you need. Why don't you go ahead and make yours look better than mine? So like all good projects, I'm going to celebrate that I didn't sew my fingers together and have a brouhaha. If this helped you out or gave you some ideas on how to make a hatch better than mine, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you next project.